I've got a box of pre-decimal pennies here, 400 or approximately 400. These are not from my normal supplier. I'm having trouble contacting those at the moment, but I bought these from a private seller about 6 or 7 months ago. Not Amazon, it's just in an Amazon box. And let's see what we've got, but I'm afraid they're going to be plagued with 1967s. If there's any in here. It's heavy enough. Paperwork. Right, there they are. Let's have a look then. Packings from Friday the 9th of June 2023. That sort of fits in when I bought them. What's that? The Pentagon UFO expert who says aliens have landed on Earth. Yeah, of course they have. They travel across light years of space. They must be far more advanced than humans, and then when they get here they forget to put the brakes on. Right, let's see what these shiny ones are. I bet they're 67s, yeah. Right, so let's get that over there. Get rid of this. And get the boards down. Okay, let's put those down there. People say that I need to reprint these because they're getting a bit faded. I think they're right, but it'll be alright for this video. So let's grab a handful and see how we get on. Right, let's get that down there. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. Here we go then. Is that going to be a 67 to start with? Oh no, 66. There's George V. 1919. There is no mint mark on that, but I see a little spot there. No. Nah, didn't. No. Victoria. Valehead. 1898. Not the best condition. Oh, there's a young head Victoria. 1890. Some people call it the bun head. You can call it that if you like. I call it a young head. 1890. George V. There's a 1913. See a little bit of ghosting on that one, where you can see the king's head through the other side of the coin, called ghosting. Edward VII, Victoria's son, 1902. Not very nice condition, but it is a high tide. See the tide level there is level with where Britannia's legs cross. They said Victoria then. That's a common one. There's another Valehead, 1896. Oh, look at the ghosting on that one. 1915. It's not a recessed ear type. That's a common one. 1916. You can get a recessed ear on there where the king's ear has been recessed into the coin. That was due to try to stop the ghosting. Didn't really work. Another Victoria. 1900. 1961. Elizabeth. What's this one? George V. 1913. That's not a mint mark. There's no mint marks on the 1913. It looks like there's some kind of mark there, but no mint marks on the 1913 pennies. Banging the camera. 61 again. 1920. I made a video on this. There is an ultra rare 1920 you can look out for, but that's not one. And the last one in the first handful, a 1965. Okay, let's get these down on the board then. All right, a 66. 19. Obviously, I'll upgrade them as I go. If I find any upgrades to my Whitman penny albums, they'll be going in there. And then everything I put down on this board I'm going to give away as usual. All you've got to do is comment on this video. I'm going to do it all in one video. I don't care how long it is. And then in about 2 weeks time I'll go on the YouTube random comment picker, pick a comment, and that person who made that comment will win everything down here. Anyway, let's get on with it. Right, we have another George V, 1927. 1921. That's two we haven't got. There's a 1934. And there is... what on earth is that? Huh. Someone's gone to a lot of effort there, haven't they? I wonder why they did that. $1900. Well, it's different. I'm going to keep that one. Right, what we got here? 1967. Yeah, 1967. Well, there's a really bad condition. 1881. Oh dear, terrible condition. Another 67 there. Oh, there's an 1890, but it's got a hole in it. Otherwise, that would have been quite good. Quite nice detail on that. But completely ruined by that hole there. Right, 1902, and that is another high tide. Better condition than the other one, though. So that's a little bit of an upgrade. There's a 66. That's a 1900. That's been cleaned sometime in the past. 19. Oh, look at that. 1919. H mint mark. We've got one already, and that's not bad condition either. A couple of quid's worth there, surely. 1919 with the H4 Heaton. Ralph Heaton and Son, Birmingham. Helped out the Royal Mint during the First World War, and that's where that one was made. And not at Tower Hill in London, where all the main coins would have been made. Minted, I should say. Right. 1935. What the hell is that? I think it's 1861. Awful condition. 1907. I haven't got a 1907 yet. It's not too bad. And the last one is a 1909. 1909. Look at the N in the word one. Right at the top, if you see a little dot, that's worth keeping. That one. It's quite a scarce one, known as the 1909 dot penny. Oh, look at that. JD. Is that JD? JD. Someone has stamped JD on there. That's been done quite a while ago. You can see it's full up with cruddy stuff. It's probably got the DNA of millions of people in there. Right, I keep stamp coins, so I'm going to keep that one as well. Okay, 1935, 1921, 34 there. I'm going to keep that strangely marked one. 67. I think we did have a nice 67. Let me wait for that one. 1861 there, terrible condition. And 1881, that was terrible condition as well. Yeah, there's the shiny 67, so I'll replace that. That's nice. Right, the 1890 with the hole in it, I'll replace it because it is a lot better condition than that one. Now what we've got here is a 1902 again. That's a replacement. 66 again. That's slightly better. I'm getting these in the wrong order, aren't I? 67, we haven't got a place for that, so that can go there. And the 66 can go there. Right, what we got? 1900. That's the shiny one anyway, so I won't replace that. 1919. Now that's got an H mint mark on it. Lovely stuff. Can go there. I should have speeded this up this bit, didn't I? That's another 35. And the last one, 1907. Just a minute. That 65 should be there. We found a 65, 66 and 67. Right. Right then, what we got here? 1964. There's George V. 38. Victoria, Valehead or Holdhead. or old head, whichever you prefer to call it. 1899, not the best, so is it? Damage there. There's another Edward VII, another 1907. That's not as good as the one we've already got though. There's a 1936, George V. There's a 1911, George V. You're looking at what is known as the Goby X, where the king has got a hollow in the back of the neck there. Goby X, that's named after Michael Goby, who discovered that error, or that variety I should say, it's not an error. That's interesting. That's 1911. What was that one? 1936, wasn't it? Yeah, because this is the first year of George V's reign, and this is the last year. He actually came to the throne in 1910, but the first pennies were 1911, and he died in 1936. So he would have been about 44, 45 then, and he died at 70 in that one. Slightly smaller portrait, but apart from a few little modifications in 1926, it's the same portrait throughout. Right. Oh, look, a kangaroo. 1952, Australia. Now, I can't see any dots anywhere. No dot after the word penny or Australia. The KG there stands for Kruger Grey, George Kruger Grey. Doesn't stand for kangaroo, as some people think. But that there, if it's got no dots, I would say that was the Melbourne Mint, as opposed to the Perth Mint in Australia. Nice. 66. There's another 1936. 65. Oh, that's better, isn't it? So I'll upgrade that one. There's a 1902. As you can see there, again, it's a high tide. Another 1899. Might be slightly better. 67. Edward VII. What we got here? 1908. There's a few different varieties of 1908, but they're all very common, so I don't really look into that one much. There's a 1913. Again, the same with the 13. A few varieties, but common ones. Another 1936. 38. And another 67. 65. That's an upgrade. We've got a 1908. 1911, 36, 38, 1964, and that 1952 Australia can go there. Oh, where did that one go? There it is. Okay. George the Fifth, 1938. That's George V. That's 1913. And that is, 67. 1898. Is that some glue or something on there? Is that the first one for the dirty mug? Yep, it's the first one since I gave the last lot away. There we go. Right, 1939. That's a horrible one. Look at the ghosting on that. 1918. Don't think that's a mint mark on there though, is it? No. Right, 66. 38. There's a 1919. 36. There's a 1945. What to look for on the 1945 is a double struck 9. I found this one in a hunt. It's very difficult to see, so let's put it under the microscope. Right, that's better. Now you can see how the 9 has been struck over the top of another 9. This one's double struck. You can find them treble or even quad struck. I don't know the value of it. If anybody's bought one or sold one, please let me know in the comments. What is the value of this? Yeah, I did find this one in a hunt, but I didn't realise until later when I went and checked a few. Thanks to Matt's Coins for pointing that one out. I've got hundreds of 1945s, so I really need to go and search through all of them. But this one isn't. I will put it under the microscope though, just to double check. Yeah, it really shows up that corroded area there, doesn't it? Anyway, let's get closer to the 9. No, that's just a standard one, isn't it? No double strike there. I'm not going to check all the 1945s under the microscope. If you find any more, I will go through them and let you know in another video if I've found any. Right, 1929. 1965. That's not nice, is it? There's a Victoria. 1897. Oh, I'm going to say about the dot between the O and the N. Well, that's not in the right place. Oh, I thought it was for a minute. I'll show you one. I have got one. Okay, it's this one I just found, and there is my dot penny. You can see where it's meant to be. This is in fair condition probably, but as the dot is very clear, I think it's going to be worth around £60 if you find something like that. So look out for that dot. But sadly, I thought that one, but no, you can see it's in the wrong place. It's just a bit of damage. Right, 1965, 1897 again. No dot. 62. There's Edward. There's a 1902, and as you can see straight away, it's the common high tide again. 38, and look at that, another 1919 with the H mint mark. It is quite common, the 1919 H, but look at the ghosting on it. Very, very strong ghosting. A 1919 H in that condition. You can't read the word 1 very well. It's quite warm, probably only about £1.50, £2, that's all. 1939. 1918, I'm sure we'll find a better one than that. 1945. The 29, that one, isn't it? Yeah, 29. We've got the 1897, which is there. And that 1913 is a little bit better because there's slight damage on that one. I'll just swap that one. Okay, let's grab some more. Right, what we got here then? Edward the 7th. 1910. That's the last year of Edward's reign. That's 1900. Victoria. 63. There's a 1915 with a cross on it. Is that a stamped cross? Yep, certainly looks like it. Why somebody did that all those years ago. It's not recessed ear type, but I'll keep that. I'll keep stamped coins. There's a 1917. 1928. There's a 67. A little bit of corrosion on there, not too bad. 1936. Another Edward there. 1906. 1936. 1916. Not the recessed ear type. 35. There's an old Victoria. We can't see the date on that one. No, can't see it. Too worn. 1901. Looks like it's been in water at some time. A bit of corrosion on there. 1908. The last one in this handful is what the hell is that? Oh, it's George the Fourth. George the Fourth penny. That is so heavy. Slightly bigger, as you can see. We're going to get a date off it though. It's definitely George the Fourth, isn't it? You can tell by his hair and the direction he's facing. It can only be a few years, 1820s. He only reigned for 10 years, and they only made pennies in, I think it's 1820s. I can't see that. 1820 something. Okay, there's that 1901. 1906. There's a 1928. I will upgrade these if I find any better ones. 1917 there. 63. What's this one? 1910. And there's the George the Fourth penny. I don't remember finding a George the Fourth penny in a hunt before. Found a few halfpennies, but never any pennies. Right, put that down there. And whoever gets it can have a better study of it. Alright then. $1946, have we got a little dash up there? A little dot. Looks more like an apostrophe after the E. No, nothing there. Just a common one. 1940. You can look for the double line above the date, the exerg line. There is a double line there. Single line's a little bit more scarce. Victoria, 1899. And there is a big blob of, what the hell is that? So 1895. Yep. Looks like it's been stuck to something at one time. Oh, look how shiny that is. That's another one for the dirty mug. Get in there. Right. 1938. Again, 38. Oh, Victoria, is that going to be readable? Yeah, 1863. Just about. $18.90 again. I think the one down there is slightly better. Oh, another Victoria. Oh, another unreadable on the look of it. Give it a rub. Ooh. Is that a 3 at the end? Is it 1883? Oh, God, I don't know. But it doesn't really matter, does it, in that condition? It could be an 8. Oh, it's terrible. I've dropped it anyway. Right. Right, Edward the 7th. Now, is that a closed or an open 3? It's a closed 3. Let me go and get one of my open 3s and show you what you're looking for. Okay, let me just freeze the image. There you are. The one I've just found is on top, and you see how the 3 curls round at the top and the bottom, whereas the coming underneath, the open 3, is flat at the top and doesn't curl around much at the bottom. That's known as the open 3, and this one I've got, even in that condition, 30 or 40 pounds probably, even a bit more. But that is just a common one. 1917, 1912. There's no mint mark on that. No mint mark on the 1912. There's a 1919. No mint mark on that one either. 66. 1899. There's another 67. 37. 1873, is that? Yep, 1873. Oh, I haven't got that one yet. 66. There's a battered Victoria. 1897. No dot there, is there? No. Almost glad there's not in that condition. Okay, what we got? 64 and a 1939. Let's see if I can grab a few more this time. Not too many, I'll drop them. Oh dear. I'll get to the top there. Okay, let's go. 1966. 63. I paid just over 30 quid for this lot. 31.50 or something like that. Approximately 400 pennies, so probably took a bit of a risk, but you got to have a bit of a gamble sometimes. 21. 1938. 35. Oh, 1877. Oh, that was a narrow date, 1877. Look at that, it's not bad either. Strangeness going on up there, though. Yeah, 1877 with a narrow date is a very rare coin indeed, but this is just a wide date, standard wide date. Not bad condition. So I don't know what's going on up there. A little bit of corrosion in that area. It's not dirt. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all, that is it? 1913. Oh, go on then. 65. There's a 1945. Again, I'm not going to check all those nines. I'm going to clean them all up, clean around the area of the 9. That's the only way you can see. And I'll let you know if I've got any. So I've got about 200 to search through. Oh, look at that. Absolutely no chance of getting a date off that one. 28. Another Victoria. 1890. Got a better one than that. And there's a very bad condition. 46. Don't be the... Oh, it's not, is it? You know, that could be, couldn't it? It could be the little apostrophe. Is it in the right place? Let me go and get one of mine. Okay, that's one of my 1946 dash pennies. I've got 2 of them. There, you can clearly see the dashes after the E. So this one I've just found. There is some kind of mark going on, but don't think it's in the right place, is it? No, it's not in the right place. So that's just a bit of damage there. Almost pleased about that in that condition. And these would be selling for around £45 each at the moment. So definitely worth looking out for. But luckily, that's not one. Right, 1922 penny. Always look at the trident of Britannia. Check the middle prong. And if it's not touching one of those beads, one of the teeth around the edge, it's a very rare coin. But as you can see, this one is touching. So that's a common one. 1966. We've got here 1907, but a bit of damage on there, isn't it? Not very nice. 28. 63. Alright, 67. Another 67. There's a 1905. Don't know what's got over it, a bit of paint or something. Haven't got a 1905 yet. There's another 1920. And that's not the rare type. 1946. Oh, again, it keeps see these things up there, but that is definitely not the right area. 63. 1967, and I'm about to drop this lot. Too many in that handful. There's a 1947. 1912. Again, no mint mark. And what is this? Napoleon III. So that'll be a 10 centimes. 1855. Yep, 10 centimes. French. Predates all the bronze coins we've got here. Well, apart from the copper one I found of George IV. The reason these were in circulation was because they're virtually the same size as a penny, but they were worth a lot less than a penny. So they were brought into the country, probably by troops, soldiers or something like that, and palmed off as a penny. A few to add. 1905. There's the 1946. 1947. What else we got? The 1912. And 1922. That's there. That 10 centimes can go there. Napoleon III. And this 1877, I think I need to check my album. Yeah, I have got an 1877 in there, but as you can see, the one I've found is definitely an upgrade. So that's going to come out of there. Pop it up from the back. There we go. And I will upgrade it with that one. Sorry about that. That's better. This one can go down there. Let's just have a look at the obverse of it. It's not terrible, is it? Yes, it is. It's not too bad. It's readable. There's still a lot left in there. Right, have I grabbed too many again? Let's put that there. Right. Okay. George V, and that one has been shot with air gun pellets. Almost certainly that's what that is. Yep, I'm pretty convinced that's that. 1930, we haven't got that one yet, have we? No. 66, 67, 1936, and 1913. Oh, there's another one. Oh, it's got a hole in it as well, look. Does it go all the way through? No. Oh well. Better than the other one. 1927. 37. 21. There's Edward. What we got for us, Edward? 1907, is that? Yep, 1907. 67. Damage on there. Oh, and there. What's that? So someone's tried to drill it and the drill's been slipping away. That's what that looks like. Alright, anyway. 36. 1899. 1903. And it's a closed 3. 67. 67. There's a 1900. 45. 67. Oh, there's an 1896 with a horrible hole in it. It's been shined up as well. Let me put these down. Trouble holding that lot. Right, there we go. Carry on. 1920. Let's check it. Small gap between the A and the B. See, the colon there is almost touching the A and the B, so that's how I know it's a common one. If there was a big gap there, it'd probably be the rare one. There's another one. Again, small gap. There's a 1918. No, a min-mark. 62. 1961. 48. I don't think I've come across one of those yet either. 1862. That's actually not bad for an 1862. 1900. There's another 1945. What's that? Is that just a mark? Yeah, just a bit of dirt. 1860. It's an 1860. That's the earliest of the bronze pennies. Before that they were bigger and copper, like the one I found earlier, George IV. Give that a good Let's make sure it is 1860. Yeah, 1860. Can't tell what's around the rim, whether it's teeth or whether it's beads. Oh, I might be able to just tell on there. Looks like it could have been. No, can't tell. Too worn. Right, Victoria, 1897. Let's have a dot there, please. No. Come on, it's not focusing very well today. 1900. 66. There's another 1920. Another 1920. Another 1918 with no mint mark. Last one in this handful is a 62. We need a 62. 1937. 1899. Got a 1903, which I didn't put down last time, did I? But luckily I found another one there. There's the 1862. And 1948. 1930. Got 1918, which is definitely better than that one. Let's get rid of that. Replace it with that. Still not brilliant, but better than one down there. And what was the last one? 1962. I'm bound to have missed some. 1927 rings a bell. I think I missed that. But I will go through afterwards if we don't find another one. Yeah. Right, Victoria. 1897. Well, if there's a dot there, can't see it. Don't think so. 36, George the 5th. Edward the 7th. There's a 1902, and yep, it's a high tide. It's a common high tide. There's a 1901. Victoria, looks like it's got a bit of woodworm there. Probably someone's just thrown a dart at it, something like that. That's probably what that is. Oh dear, what's this? That's another 1862, but I already found a better one than that. There's a 1927 anyway. So that's alright. There's a Victoria. Another 1862, terrible condition. 1919. No mid mark. 1901. There's George the 5th. 1935. 31 and 32 we want of George the 5th still. Oops. 1907. 45. 46. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's definitely right, isn't it? Look at that. Yes. I think that is definitely a dot penny. It's very dusty, but it might clean. Oh. Not too bad. It could have been better, but look at that. Now that's got to have paid for these coins. If I can't get 30 quid for that, that's the first time I found one in a hunt. Pre-Decimal Dan sent me one, and then a bit later there was one in a selection of coins that I bought. That's the first one I've actually found in a hunt. I'm keeping that, sorry, for that to one side. Come on, right, Victoria. That's 1863, yeah, we already got a better one than that. 65, come on, let's have another one. I didn't even check the date, did I? I'm so obsessed with 1946. 1901. Oh, look at the ghosting again. That's another 1919H though. But it's not in the best condition, is it? God, I can't believe the ghosting on some of these 1919s from Heaton. 1920. Oh, I'm excited about that. 1946 dash. There's a 63. 36. 37. 38. 1921. 63. 38. Oh, there's a polished up one. 1948. As you know, I don't like cleaned coins. That goes in the dirty mug. There's a 1940, and that's got a double line. See the double line on there above the dates. 1929. That was 67. 1920. And a 1962. 1940s, I know I've missed some of them, at least I've got one there to put down. And the 1863, I thought I saw one of those before, but there's one there anyway, not the best condition. 1919, that is definitely better than that, that's horrible. So I will upgrade that a little bit. What else was it? 1927 and 1897. Why have I got that in my hand to put down there? No, don't need that. Got it. And that is the star find so far. The dash 1946 penny, or the dot penny as it's called. Right, I made a decision. I don't need 3, do I? Be a bit greedy. Go on, I'm going to put it down there with the other 1946. So the winner will get that as well. Right then, what have we got here? It is a 1936. There's Victoria. 1898. We need the 1895, the Valehead one. 67. 37. 21. Another 21. 66. 1930. Still looking for a 31 and a 32. 1900. There's a 17. 63. 27. 65. 63. 27. 65. 63. There's a 46. Come on, let's have another one. No, sadly not. Just a common one. 1920. 1896. Valehead. Ooh, that's a nice one. 1884. Yeah, 1884. Oh, that is quite nice, isn't it? Pity about all that stuff in there. That'll probably just come out. Right, time to check my album. Yeah, I've got an 1884, but as you can see, this one is better. So let's swap that over. Have a quick look at it first. Quite a lot of detail on there. That is very nice. Again, I don't know what all that is, but I'll try and... Probably a cocktail stick will get that out of there. I might just leave it like that, actually. Yeah, I think just leave it as it is. There we go. Alright, 3 more. 21. 1935. And 1913. Not much to add in that handful, but this 1896 is fractionally better, so I'll just replace that. And the 1884 that came out of my Whitman album can go there. And the next one. Didn't grab so many that time. King Edward VII. 1904, I believe that is one we're looking for. 1904. There's an, oh, look at that for a 1911. Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it? It's not a Gobi X, it's not the one with a hollow neck. It's just a standard one, but I need to check my album for that, I think. So here we are, 1902 to 1929. This one is full. And now all the pennies I put in here are from my hunt, so I don't put any others in here. So let's have a look at the 1911. And the one I found is definitely better. So that's another upgrade for me. Let's get that one out of there. Yeah, that's quite a nice upgrade actually, that. Look at that. I would say you'd have to pay £3 or £4 for one in that condition. 20 million minted, but that's a lovely upgrade. There we are. Let's carry on. 1914, 1907. Oh, there's a 1902, but it is another high tide. 06, a lot of Edwards. Another one, 1907. 65. What was that? So 1889. I think it is. I haven't got an 1889 yet, but a little bit of corrosion on there. Probably been dug up at some time. Still, it's a different date. 62. 38. There's a 1916. Terrible condition, that one. 39. 1920. 97. Oh, look at that. Just where you need to look. Never going to know. Oh well. You can also look for a high tide 1897. It's very difficult to see. But as you can see, that's a low tide. I do have a quick look, but I've never found one yet. Quite rare. 1961. 35. 38. And what we got here? Another 1918. Is that a mint mark? Some kind of mark there, isn't there? Whether it is a... Oh no, it's a bit of dirt. Right, 34. And it's got to be a 67. Yep, 67. So I've got the 1889. There's the 1904, so that fills that line. And there is the first bingo line. Actually, it's the second bingo line. And the 1911 I took out of my album is slightly better than that one. So I'll replace that. Yep, this is going to be a long video. I should have split it into two, really, shouldn't I? Never mind. If you are watching this far and you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button for me and click the like button too. Thank you. Oh, look at that. That's a 1915. That's been squashed under something. Probably been put on the railway lines. I thought it was a 53 for a minute. 63. There's a 1910. 36. 1940. Is that a single line? No, double line. 65. 62. There's a 1919. Have we got a mint mark on that one? No, we haven't. 64. 67. 65. 67. Yeah. 1908. Oh, a lot of 67s now. 1912. No mint mark. 1913. Well, there's a 1903. Is it a closed 3? Yeah, it is. 36. 67. Oops, are you dropping them? There's a 1909. Looking for a little dot right next to the N. Right at the top of the N there. A 1909 dot penny. But that is not one. I don't think we've got a 1909 yet. That's a common one. a lot of 67s. Oh, there's an old one. No, it's not, is it? It's just a scratched Victoria Valehead. 1902, again, that is a high tide. 1905. 1920. Oh, I've got too many in my hand. 1906. 38. And what's this one? And 1900. The 1906 is definitely better than that one. And the 1909 fills that gap there. A few more than that. We'll be here all day. Right. 1947. 62. 66. Oh, 66. 1938. 64. 67. 65. There's 1920. 61. Well, there's an 1890, but we do have a better one than that. I know it's one with a hole in it, but it's got much better detail. Alright, 1905. 64. 1862, got that as well. There's a 22, and you can see the middle prong of the trident's touching the bead, so it's a common one. Good. 1936. Oh, 1895. We need that one. Now the 1895, you need to look at the distance between the trident and the P. And that is what is called a narrow gap, or a 1mm gap. The rarer one is the 2mm gap. Let me show you one. Okay, there's the one I've just found with the 1mm gap. If I line it up with a 2mm, you see the distance between the trident and the P is almost double. Well, it is supposed to be double, 2mm and 1mm. It's not particularly scarce, this one, probably a couple of quid for that, that's all. It's worth looking out for though. We do need an 1895. 1899. Ooh, what the hell is that? Oh, it's an old threepenny bit. Was it 1898? 1893. I think somebody has worn that on a bracelet or a necklace or something. Jubilee head. That'll be sterling silver. 92.5% silver. What on earth that is doing in here, I don't know. Different. 1921. 1932. We need a 32. Something else for the board. 1920. Another 1920. That one, Victoria. 1861. Got on 1861. It's obviously better than that. 1885. I believe we need an 85. Not too bad, I suppose, is it? Oh, we need that one. 64 and a 1910. There's the 1932. We've got the 1895. What was this one? Oh, 1885, which is there. And the silver threepenny bit can go there. You know what? It's easier to grab them like this now. We're getting down. Right. 1919 and no mint mark on that one. 66. 1900. 67. There's a 1940, and you can clearly see the double line there. 67. 63. 62, 1910, 67, 66, 1900. Oh, Australia, 1922. George V. Don't know if there's any mint marks on a 1922. Someone will let me know. It's not bad for 1922. A little bit of a scratch there. 1916. Not a recessed ear type. There's an 1899. 67. 63. 1891 is that? I think we've got that, haven't we? Right, just looking down there, haven't got an 1891 on the board. I thought I found one. Maybe I did and missed it. That's one there now anyway. Right, 29. 1906. 1909. Let's have a look for the little dot. Ooh, hang on, let me put these coins down. There is something there, and it's in the right place as well. Where's my little stick? There it is. Let me little pointy stick just there. See that little mark next to the N? Is that the dot penny? Let me go and get one of mine. This is one of my 1909 dot pennies. There, you can clearly see the dot next to the N. So let's have a look at this one I've just found. Certainly in the right place, isn't it? I think, yes, it is. It is. I mean, this one, I would say, would be worth around £30. It's not too bad, but this one's a little bit more worn. A little bit harder to see. But it's definitely a dot penny. And I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to keep that for now, just to make doubly sure it is one. I think I'm going to hang on to that. Let's put it down there for now. Right, let's carry on. 1916. 1922. There's a 1920. There's a 1916, and that is a recessed ear. You can see how the king's ear has been, well, you probably can't see it, but it's been recessed into the coin. They did that to stop ghosting. So if it is, it will have a broken tooth. There we go. After the word Brit, see the colon? Follow that colon up, and you can see one of the teeth, one of the beads is broken in half. All the 1916 recessed ear pennies have that broken tooth. So that is a broken tooth one. I will put that on the board. I've got quite a few of those now. 1908 could be slightly better. Oh, it's got a bit of a scratch there. 1901 and 1913. There's the 1891. There's the Australian 1922. I'll put that there. And the 1916 can go with that one. That's the recessed ear. Go there. But yeah, I'm going to hang on to this, study it a bit more. Just make sure it is. It's got to be, hasn't it? Make sure it is a dot penny. Just looking on London coin auctions. There's the 1909 and there's the dot. Now that's sold in December 2021 for £80. And that's not much different condition, is it? That's the obverse. Yeah, definitely worth looking out for. We're coming up to an hour now. If you're still watching, haven't you got anything better to do? No, because looking through loads of pre-decimal pennies is the best thing in the world. There is nothing better to do than that. And you know it. All right, 1900, 1937, 1963, 66, 1902. Can we have a low tide? Is that a low tide? It is a low tide. Look at that. I don't know though. Can't really see properly. Yes, a low tide. Look, the tide is lower. There's where Britannia's legs cross up there. And the tide level is lower. So we've got a low tide. do have several of those, so that'll be going on the board. Lovely. 1921, and that's just a disc. Oh. Oh, that's a shame. It's not bad condition on that side. And then absolutely nothing on that. 1910. Victoria, what we got here? 1873. Yep, that is another one for the board. Right, 1912, and that's got an H mint mark on it, look. We haven't got one of those yet, which is unbelievable. Usually find a lot of those. 1932, is that the one we want? No, it's a 31, isn't it? Got a 32. 1910. 67. 62. Oh, look at that. Oh, someone didn't like that one, did they? 1913. 45. Still want a 44. That's not particularly rare at all. Alright, 38. There's another 1895. It looks like a narrow gap. 1mm gap. That's terrible anyway. 45 again. Wow, look at that. Another 1912 H mint mug. Same handful. But that is slightly better, I think. So I'll put that one down there. Oh yeah, that's better. Right, Victoria. 1900. 1902, is that going to be another? No, that's a high tide. You can see the tide level there quite clearly. Higher. Having said that, give it a good rub. Oh, that's another low tide, isn't it? That's another low tide. I've probably got about 30 of those. They're not that hard to find. 1920. I've always got to check the 1920 for that gap. Just there. No, small gap. 1907. 46. Come on, let's have another dot. 1946. No. 38 and 62. Right, 1873. I've got the low tide. That's the best of the two. 1902 low tide. And I've got two 1912s with the H mint mark. And that is the best one. And look at that, another bingo line. Right, a few more. Here we go. Okay, we start this handful. Oh, the 1949. I believe we need a 1949. George the Sixth. There's a 1908. 1902. And it's another. It's a high tide, that one. 1862. No, the one on the board here. Oh, God, yeah, definitely better than that. Is that a contender? For the dirty mug, yep. In it goes. Only about 6 or 7 in there. Not doing too bad on the dirty ones. 1907. There's a 1920. Not dirty, just corroded, that one. Alright, 1901 Victoria. 1946. Come on, let's have a look up there. Something there, isn't there? It's not. It's not in the right place, though. No, it's just a little bit of damage. So we've got 2 then. 1945. And that is another one that's worn to nothing. So that has been deliberately done like that, though. 34. 1940, double line. Oh, look at that, 1866, but look at the state of it. Well, at least you can see the date on it. Oh, I'll put it down there anyway. 65. There's a 1920. 1914. Oh, we haven't got 14. Must have passed a 1914 before. Must have. Oh, I've got one now. That's not a bad one either. 1894. That's another one. 62. There's another 1945. 67 and it's got a mid mark on it. 1919. No. 1866 can go there. Terrible condition, but it fills a space. We've got the 1894. The 1949. Come on, need a 50 and a 51. And the 1914 is yet another bingo line. How many we've got left? Well, there they are. So let's get that newspaper out the bottom. Get rid of that, and that's what's left. Okay, let's get this back on here. We can see what we're doing. And carry on. Right. Start with a 1927. 61. 1917. 27. 63. That's quite a dirty 66, isn't it? Okay, we got our 1900. There's a very worn George V there. 1936. I don't know what happened to that. Right, there is another George V. 1920. Can't really see that one very well. Yeah, looks like a small gap. 1872. Is that a new one? I think it is. Make sure it is 72. Yeah, 1872. 1899. What's that? It's just damage. There's another 1940 with the double exerg line. 1920. 67. That's a 1910. 1896. 64. 1916. Not the recessed deer type. There's an 1898. 66. Oh, I thought that was an open 3 for a moment. Trick of the light, wishful thinking. But no, that's just a common 1903. That's another Napoleon. It's not Napoleon, is it? Alfonso the 12th. So that's Spain, King of Spain. What date there? 1878. 1878. 10 centimos. I think it's a 10 by the size of it. Can't really read the 10. Yeah, just see the Z on the end. 10 centimos, 1878. And a 1936 George V. There's the 1872. And the Spanish one can go there. If you're watching this far and you haven't subscribed, why not? It's absolutely free. But if you do want to help me out, you can always become a member of the channel, or you can buy me a beer. Link in the description below. Right, can I do this in one handful? No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to do it in a couple of handfuls. Where did that one go? There it is. Come on then. Right. The penultimate handful, this one. Right, 1940, double line. Victoria. 1897. Come on, let's have a dot. No. No dots. Is that dirty enough for the dirty mug? A little bit of varnish or something on it? 1938. Yeah, I suppose it is. There's a Victoria. Is it something we haven't got? Yes, it's an 1878. Another new one. 39. And there's an Australia. 1952. I can't see any mint marks on that one either. No, nothing there or there. So that's a Melbourne mint. Minted in Melbourne, Australia. A Victoria. 1876 with the H mint mark. All the 1876 pennies were made at the Heaton Works that year, so they should all have the H mint mark on them. It's not too bad. Rough on that side, but quite clear date down there. There's another 1903. And it's the common close 3. Didn't really want it to be a rare one in that condition. 1918. No mint mark. There's another 1940 and another double line. 21. 1912 with the H mint mark. I think it is. Yeah, but we do have a better one than that. There's another 1911. Just double check that. I can't. No. Common one. 39. 1920. 1862. Is that better than the one on the board? Not really much in it, I don't think. But I will have a check of that. There's 1904. 34. 99. 63. 1919 with a no mint mark. 1919 with no mint mark again. Another 1903. Oh, I've got to check that, haven't we? No, common 3. 1900. And 1919, yet again, no mint mark. The 1862, I think, is slightly better. Oh yeah, definitely on the obverse anyway. So I'll swap that one. We've got the 1878. 1876 with the H mint mark, which will go there. And the other Australian penny was a 1952 as well, wasn't it, with the kangaroo on it, and that's another. So I'll sort out the best one of those. Let's get the rest out of the box. I won't do this without knocking the camera over. Nothing under the flaps, is there? Nope. Right. Look at that. I can see an Australian one. So look at that first then. These sorted out. 1933, Australia, George V. I'm going to say it. No, don't say it. I've got to say it. No. I'll go on then. I'm going to say it. Wouldn't that be good if that was a British 1933 penny? I've said it. Right, 1917. 46. Come on, one more dash. Let's have a closer look up there. Nope, nothing there. 67. There's a Victoria. Come on, one we haven't got. It's an 1875. I don't think we have got that one. No, we haven't got an 1875. It's a narrow date. 1875. 1910. 36. Falling out my hand now. Getting tired. There's a 1930. Oh no, it's a 31 we want. I thought that was a 30 we were looking for. Is that stamped or is that damage? It's got to be stamped, hasn't it? It's got to be something stamped on there. I don't know what. Yeah, you can see something from the other side, so it can't be mint in damage, minting error. It's got to be a stamp of some kind. Right, Edward the 7th. Can we have? Nope, 1905. 1902, low tide. Nope, high tide. Anything else new? 1892, that's definitely not as good as the one I got on the board. 66. 67. Got to 67 again. Yeah, 67 again. 65. 63. 1899. Another 61. 35. 63. 67. Yeah, 67. There's a 1907. Not the best of conditions. A lot of damage on that. Another 66. 1913. Oh, I can just about hold these, I think. Two more. 66. No, two more. 1887. Yeah, 1887. Got a nasty scratch across there. But it's one we haven't got. And the very last one. Come on, be an open 3. 1903. 1905. The 1892, I said, oh, we've got a better one on the board. Well, we haven't got one on the board at all. So unless I missed it, we haven't come across one. If you saw me pass an 1892, let me know in the comments. Right, what's this one? That's the 1887, so that can go there. Then we've got the 1875, which can go there. And at least I can say I found a 1933 penny, albeit an Australian one. Well, there it is. Bit of a marathon. Didn't expect it to last that long. Didn't do too bad on the Victorians. Probably done worse than that on 1,000 pennies. But no 1944, no 1931, and no 1926. Pretty common ones. And, well, the H and KN mint marks there, not too surprising. The star find has got to be the 1946 dot penny. There it is. So that's going to be part of the giveaway. Got some nice Australian pennies there, especially the George V ones. There's this George IV penny. It's going to be 1820 something, but can't really see the date on it. Got this little silver threepenny bit with a hole in it. I found this really lovely 1911 for my Whitman album. I'm really pleased with that. There's the 1909 with the dot next to the N, but I'm going to keep that one. I want to do a little bit more studying on that. Found this Edward stamped with JD on there. And this Victorian penny that somebody spent a hell of a lot of time decorating. Don't know why. There we are then. Remember, if you want this lot, just make a comment on this video. If you don't want them, you can still make a comment and say, don't include me in the draw. That would be very nice. Just get a comment. And a thumbs up would be nice as well. Okay, I'll leave it about 2 weeks. 2 weeks from the day I upload this video. And I'll do the draw then. And the winner will get all this lot. And I've got the 1860 here. I nearly missed that one as well. Thanks for watching. It's been a long video. I'll see you in the next one. I need a coffee.